everyone, welcome back to the Java tutorials. These tutorials are brought to you by ZDUP Technologies and Services. In this video, we are going to discuss about networking in Java. Networking is provided by Java, which helps us to connect two different devices together so that the sharing of the resources can be enabled. In Java, we have a programming concept known as socket programming that helps us to provide the facility of sharing the resources and the data between the different computers, right? So networking basically helps us in two ways. It helps in the sharing of the data and the resources. Then it also helps in the centralized management of the software. So suppose you are connected in an environment with multiple computers, then one is a host computer or one is a head computer, the other are all the clients or the subordinate computers. So what happens in the case of networking is that the host computer or the main computer has the control over the software management. Whatever configurations it requires or it sets for the software, it is set for all the other computers. So with the help of networking in Java, we are able to perform all these things. Apart from that, we are also able to perform connection-oriented socket programming in networking. We can display the data of any online web page. We can get the IP address of any host name. We can also perform connection-less socket programming. We can send emails, etc. using the Java code. But before diverging into that topic, let us first understand the basic terminology that is used while working with the socket programming concepts in Java. So the first thing that we come to know is known as the IP address. Now, what is the IP address? IP address basically is a unique number that is assigned to a network. It is composed of the octets, usually 4 octets that range from 0 to 255. It is a logical address that can be changed, and just like the fingerprints of a human being, it is unique for each and every network node. So if you want to identify a network or a node over a network, basically, you can do that with the help of its IP address. Next we have is a protocol. So the protocol is basically a set of rules that is followed before establishing a communication or to exchange the data during the connection is being established between the two machines. So basically what happens is, just like in the real world, if we take a real world example, when we try to communicate with a person, we communicate following the rules of the language, right? Like I'm just delivering this lecture in English, so I'm following the rules of English language. That is why you are able to understand that what I am saying. In the same way, there are some of the rules of the connections or the communication that have been specified by the different protocols which help to perform the task of sharing the information over the network easier, so that each and every computer that is participating in that network can understand what the other wants to say. The simple protocols include the TCP, that is the Transmission Control Protocol, FTP, that is File Transfer Protocol, the Telnet, SMTP, that is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and POP, that is the Post Office Protocol, etc. Next important terminology we have is known as a port number. The port number is used to identify uniquely the different applications. Right, so just like an IP address, it is also used to uniquely identify the port numbers. The IP address is used to identify the nodes in the network, while the port number is used to identify the port number of the different applications, right? It acts as a communication endpoint between the applications. So the port number is associated with the IP address for communication between the two applications, right? So the IP address is of the network, and whichever application is being used by that network, it has a unique port number. So the port number and the IP address together are used to perform a connection in the case of networking. Next, we have the MAC address, or the Media Access Control Address. It is a unique identifier of the network interface controller. A network node can have the multiple NICs, but each with a unique MAC address. So in a network controller or a network node, we have multiple network interface controllers. That means a network node which has one IP address can have different NICs, but each NIC has a unique MAC address. So these are the three unique things that helps us in establishing a connection. That is the IP address, the port number, and the MAC address. Next, again, we have a protocol, but this time we have the two different types of protocols that can be used for establishing the connection. These can be the connection-oriented protocols and the connection-less protocols. So what is the difference between them? If we talk about the connection-oriented protocol, in this case, what happens is whenever the connection is established, an acknowledgement is sent by the receiver. Right, like the connection is established between two parties. One is the sender of the information and the other is the receiver of the information. So whenever the sender sends some information, the receiver is obliged to acknowledge the sender that, okay, I have received this information. This kind of a protocol is known as a connection oriented protocol. This acknowledgement of the data is what makes this connection a little bit slow, but it is more reliable because the sender knows whatever information it has sent to the receiver has been received by him only, and it is more secure. An example of the connection oriented protocol is the TCP, that is Transmission Control Protocol. Next we have is a connection-less protocol. So connection-less protocol means that the acknowledgement of the message is not sent by the receiver. So basically what happens in the connection-less protocol is the sender keeps on sending the information to the receiver without any knowledge of the fact that whether the receiver is receiving that information or not. If the receiver is not even able to receive that information, then also the sender has no clue about that. So it is less reliable, but if we talk about its speed, so it is faster. And if you are confident that your connection once established will be secure, you can just go for the connection-less protocol. An example of this is the UDP. The last but very important terminology is known as a socket. A socket is an endpoint between two-way communication, and it helps us in performing the two-way communication. All the two-way communication takes place with the help of a socket in Java. Now we have the concept of socket programming in Java. The socket programming basically is the branch of programming that helps us to perform these different kinds of operations. That is used for the communication between the applications that could be running on the different JRE, that is the Java Runtime Environment. The socket programming can be connection oriented as well as connection-less. The socket and the server socket are the two classes that are used for the connection oriented socket programming. And we have two more classes, that is datagram socket and datagram packet classes, which are used for the connection-less socket programming. So these are the two important classes which are used in the different types of socket programmings in Java. So in order to perform the socket programming, the client must know two things about the server. The first is the IP address of the server and the second is the port number. Without using these things, the connection cannot be established between the client and the server. So basically what happens when we try to perform socket programming in Java is that first of all there are at least two computers must be present. Or how can we perform in a single computer? I'm just going to tell you in the next video. Then the connection must be established between the client and the server. The client requests for information, the server sends the information, and after the connection has been established, then the exchange of the information takes place. So all this we will see in the next video. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.